Welcome back. Critique video. Weightlifting episode. I don't remember what. Today. It's a special episode. Have I run out of videos? No. Have I had this video on my to-do list in terms of reviewing it for quite some time? Yes. And I need to get it off of my desktop. It's taking up a lot of space. I want to get it out of here. So we are critiquing the worst weightlifter I've ever met. It's myself. A little clean and jerk action here at 3, 2, 5. 46 kilos. I don't know, something like that. Hey, but before we start this video, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor for today's video. Our sponsor for today's video is the Contour Shuttle Express. When you want to feel like a type 2 diabetic JV football coach, there's no better feeling as you scroll through footage that no one cares about than the Contour Shuttle Express, with new features such as frame by frame scrolling. Get yourself one today. That's a Contour Shuttle Express. I think this is a version 2.0. Are they actually a sponsor for this video? You'll never know. Gift Performance, we get our money from all sorts of revenue streams. All right, you know the deal. What are we going to do first? We're going to let this sucker play through one time, all the way through. So recently, Mr. Talander, weightlifting's favorite giraffe man, critiqued weightlifters' drip. I would say that my drip in this video right here is pretty nice. Got the A7 headband, that CrossFit culmination shirt, peep the bicep vein. Zoom in on that. If anyone's watching this and they are an MD, is this varicose vein something I should be worried about? I've had it for a while. My heart hurts at night. Just kidding. That's a joke. It's a joke. Is this a problem? Should I be concerned about this? Got the torn up SBD red and black sleeves with the lace dungs from 3 years ago. Drip check. 10 out of 10. Make it rain, Jake. All right, let's play this thing one time. Full speed all the way through, and then we'll take it from there. Very sweaty. Yo, that's speedy. Don't blink. What was that celebration right there? What was that? What did we yell? That looks like an O. Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, let's start this thing over. Where do we always start with these videos? We start where every lift starts, the start position. Say it one more time. Fucking dare you. Not going to. Approach the bar, swagged out. Mezzo does this as well with his feet. Watch the feet here. With the little kick on the ground. I don't know why I do that. I saw him do it. It looked cool, so I was like, I'm going to do it too. It's like that MJ tongue out on your jumper kind of thing. Do I want to clean like Mezzo? Maybe. 225 kilos doesn't sound too bad. Throw that over my head. That'd be pretty sweet. All right, I am someone who prefers a dynamic start. I like to do my toe lift, set everything back, get everything solid, nice foot pressure into the ground as I breathe. Watch my breathing here. I like to tell myself in my head, grip the bar, nice strong grip right here, roll those wrists back so that you're actually gripping the bar like this as you break the ground. I go feet up. As I breathe in, I get my heels down. Big brace. Look at that handsome face. A face that only a mother could love. What do I even look like right there? Some sort of demonic possessed meerkat. Regardless, we're getting right into it here. All right, shoulders come forward a little bit. So had I started right here, I would have critiqued myself and been like, yo, your shoulders are behind the bar in the start position. Relying too much on the posterior chain, not letting your back bear that load, and then driving with your quads. But as you can see, when I truly start to break the ground, I bring myself slightly forward a little bit. Again, the faces here are going to be great. Maybe at the end, we just do like a little montage, collage kind of thing of all the horrible faces that I make when I lift. That's nightmare fuel right there. Let's see where we are at the knee. Start position, though. We never actually critiqued it. Start position, where does the bar break the ground? It breaks the ground right there. Shoulders are over / slightly in front of the bar. Hip angle. Her hips are slightly above the knees. Toes are angled out. Elbows are out. Arms are looking, might I say, pretty jacked. At the knee, what do we see the shins do as we break the ground? What do we want to see? We want to see the shins move back, clear room for the bar. We get plenty of that action there. Do my hips come up a little too fast? Maybe. This might just be something that's specific to me, but if I was critiquing someone else, I would say, be mindful of the hips. When the hips rise this fast, it's possible, it's likely, it happens quite a bit, that someone is unable to scoop their knees back under. So as we cross the knee, if I'm unable to scoop my knees back under, drive the bar vertically, as opposed to humping it out in front of me, then we've got a problem. But at the knee, what do I notice here is that the bar could probably be a little bit closer to my body. I could get a little bit more of torso inclination, maybe 5 to 10 degrees of keeping my chest up a little bit more here, and the bar could stay a little bit closer. It's going to give me greater leg drive into the ground, that full foot pressure for longer. It's not the worst, but there's always room for improvement. What happens as we cross the knee? See right here, you can really notice that the bar is out in front of me a good bit. Maybe an inch or two. So we need to really use those lats to sweep the bar in, keep it close, bring it straight up the thighs. That way we're not placing additional strain on the posterior chain on the back, having to dynamically stabilize as that bar moves away from the center of gravity. But where do we fix it? We get a nice little correction here at the power position. Again, the faces that I make, horrendous. Guys, someone get me some help. Make a correction. We scoop the knees back under. Power position is going to be right here. Shoulders on top of the bar. Egregious, some might say, elbow bend here. But what you'll notice is that once the elbows start to bend, they don't straighten, right? They're just going to stay in that bent position. So really what I'm doing, instead of using my lats, then you can say that this is somewhat of a bad habit. Some people just naturally gravitate to this. It lets them perform the best, lets them move the most weight in the most efficient way possible for their body. But you could use your lats, more of your back in this position, to pull that bar into the hip / mid thigh / power position, as opposed to the arms. God just gave me these burly biceps, so I decided to use those instead. You can hate if you want, but if you do, just know that you have small arms. Sucks to suck. In this power position here, we are looking for some basic points of performance. Are your shoulders on top of the bar? Jake, check it off. Are my heels flat on the ground? Jake, check it off. Am I making contact mid / upper thigh? Check it the fuck off. Hit all 3 of our points of performance there. What you're going to see is that I'm able to produce nice vertical amplitude as I extend. Great extended position here. I just feel like I've never maybe watched my videos this slow, and I didn't realize how much I look like a swamp monster in these videos. When these faces that I make, unbelievable. No one has said anything to me. I don't have any true friends in this world. But in this triple extended position here, ankles, knees, hips, what are we doing? We are driving vertically. Then you use your arms. So key point that I've been teaching a lot of my lifters recently is that, what are the arms doing here? Nothing. 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 And here? Nothing. And now they are actively pulling the bar into place. So when we get to the extended position, the arms really haven't done anything yet. It's going from here, this second pull, into this third pull position here, where we use the arms to secure the bar. So because I did such a good job, extending hard with my legs and driving the bar vertically, you can actually see how high this bar gets. The bar is secured here. So here we are, well above parallel, plenty to work with here. in terms of how high I'm pulling the bar and weight that can be added. One thing that I will say is that in this specific lift, it does look like I catch a little bit narrow, little bit narrower than I'd like. It might just be the angle. Ideally, I'd like to see my feet slide out a bit. They look like they just slide back a tiny bit. But when we look at receiving the bar separation is absolutely minimal. Doing a good job of meeting the bar, which is something that I've struggled with in the past. By catching the bar here, we can very efficiently just ride it down. Nice face. And stand it straight up. So for context here, this 325 represents 7 pounds under my all-time best. So we're looking at something in the vicinity of 95 to 98% of my max. If we start the clean over and we just play at full speed, this definitely doesn't look like 98% in terms of the speed with which I stand it up. So good sign of what's to come. Something that I very much like to do is I like to catch 2-finger, 3-finger, and then I pop it up to get my whole hand on the bar. Something that I will say, and I've seen a good bit of it recently, is people jerking from a 2-finger position. One of the key, again, we're going to use points of performance as our phrase for the day. Points of performance. One of the key PPPs here, it wouldn't even be PPP, it would be PFP. Oh, God, this is embarrassing. Jake, don't edit that out. They need to see me in my true state. One of the key points here is that when you are driving yourself under in a jerk, try and drive yourself under from a claw position. Feels weird. You can't actually act on the bar with your hand because when you're driving vertically, you need to be transitioning from that 2-finger claw to a full hand on the bar grip. So when you adjust coming out of your clean, it's important that you get your whole hand on the bar. You don't have to maintain your hook, but get your whole hand on the bar if possible, so that when you dip and drive, you don't have to do any weird hand, you don't have to like finger blast the bar, do any weird hand work. You're just dipping and then driving with a full hand on the bar so you can feel where the bar is, driving yourself under. A lot of people think, when I'm jerking, I'm just trying to drive the bar as high as possible, which works when it's light. As it gets heavier, closer to a max, you really need to be actively dipping, driving, and then from about here on, you're using the weight of the bar to push yourself under. And that can only be done, or it can be done in the most efficient manner when you have your whole hand on the bar. So you can see on my left hand, you can see that full hand on the bar. I'm not grabbing the bar, but I do have all of my fingers on the bar, and I have a good proprioception of kind of a feel for that bar. This is probably, I send this video to a lot of my clients in terms of my jerks. This is one of my better jerks right here at a very high intensity. If you watch my knee position here, for the longest time, I used to push my knees forward in the jerk, like 90% forward, 10% out. As of late, I have transitioned over to like a 50-50, push them as far out as you push them forward. What happens there as the weight gets heavier is when you push them forward, if this is your torso has a bad habit of leaning forward. You get that knee bend and you kind of just like lose everything forward. And when you go to drive, the bar goes out. If I open my knees out as far as I open them forward, you stay over your center of gravity and you can more efficiently drive the bar vertically up and back as opposed to if you were slightly tilted forward. So watch the knee position here. Open the hips out and then let the knees drop. I like to catch a little bit of whip at the bottom. So I'll let this bar oscillate, kind of watch it oscillate here, and then catch that and drive into it. Watch my hands. Okay, huge point right here. Watch my hands as I convert to a drive. Full hand on the bar. I am acting on the bar, pushing on it, pushing on it, pushing on it, pushing on it, and I seamlessly receive the bar right there. Because I've never, in my mind, lost track of where the bar is. I'm not getting disconnected with it. I'm dipping, I'm driving, I'm getting it to about my chin or my nose, And then I am actively pushing myself under. Watch the footwork too. For a long time, I watched like Loredana videos where she keeps her front foot down for super, super long. And I was like, that looks cool. And then I practiced it for like 2 days and I haven't been able to break the habit. Keep that foot down longer. Back foot contacts, front foot contacts. As those two hit the ground, you should be locking out overhead. If you do it correct, you can very easily recover. Front foot first, back foot come up to meet. You can stare at the camera with your pufferfish face and you can slam that bar. Boing. I love bouncy plates like this because they bounce so high. It's like up to my waist right there. I feel like I could just catch another clean and just drop right under that. And then we hit them with the celebration a little bit of, oh yeah. And that wraps us up for the day. So big takeaways there, points of improvement for myself. I would say in the clean, I can do a better job in that first and second pull using less of my arms, biceps, and more of my lats to sweep that bar in to more effectively, transfer that force or, use energy in the most efficient way possible through that first pull. Luckily for me, and I'm sure a lot of very strong people who maybe made the switch from bodybuilding to bodybuilding to weightlifting or powerlifting to weightlifting, they came in with, a deadlift that was 2.5 times their body weight, so they can get away with small inefficiencies like that. That doesn't mean that you want to lean into that and rely on that too long. While your strength isn't a weakness, there's always ways to be more efficient. And that's what this video series is all about. Make it small tweaks, being a little bit more efficient, and of course, the most important part, adding weight to those lifts and hitting PRs. Keep sending your videos. Remember, I am at _Squatfather on Instagram. We are at Gifted Performance. Send over your snatch, clean and jerk, just clean, overhead squat, back squat, front squat, deadlift. If you want us to critique it, don't send me a goddamn bicep curl because I won't do it. But if you want us to critique your lifts, we most definitely will because we are for the people. And with that, I leave you. Stay gifted in the meantime, stay gifted in between times, and stay gifted because it's bean time. That's what we're going with. See ya.